Hello and welcome to 5-Minute Math. Today we are looking at the 4th grade concept of adding and subtracting fractions. This is standard 4.3e in the great state of Texas, and we are using item number 25 off the 2021 released STAAR test. If you have not done so already, please go ahead and take a moment to pause the video, work this problem out on your own, unpause it, and then we will look at our answers together. So this looks like a fairly simple problem, and it's actually kind of tricky. What we have here is the shaded parts of this model represent the combined, so the shaded part is the combined fraction of a small pie that Daryl and Nani ate. Now, here's what we need to understand. Daryl and Nani did not eat the entire fraction. They only ate this much of a fraction. So we're not dealing with a whole. We're dealing with our whole is actually going to be a fraction. And then Daryl ate 2/9 of it, so we need to figure out what portion Nani ate. So let's draw a strip diagram, a little part whole, because that's going to help us figure this out. So the shaded portion, this is our whole. And so our total, that's going to be up on top here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's kind of a strange denominator. But for our whole, we've got 9ths. Together, they ate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So they only ate 5/9 of the pie, a little bit more than half. And we know that Daryl, I'm going to put a D right there, he eats 2/9 of the pie. And so we need to figure out what Nani, that's going to be our unknown. So if we can get that, then the rest kind of takes care of itself, is understanding that we're not dealing with the whole pie. Our whole is only 5/9. That's how much they ate. So we see we've got a part-whole relationship, and we're going to use subtraction here. I mean, we could do two different things. We could do 2/9 plus whatever Nani has. I'm going to just put a question mark there. Could equal 5/9, but probably the easiest way to do this would be to go ahead and subtract. We've got 5/9. We're going to take away what Daryl ate. That's 2/9, and then that's going to get us what Nani ate. Now, when you add or subtract fractions, there are a few things that we need to keep in mind. Two rules. Number one, the denominators must be equal. So you need to have equal denominators. If you do not have equal denominators, one's a 4, one's an 8, one's a 10, one's a 3, you cannot move forward. So we have equal denominators. Everything here is 9ths, so we are good. Now, this is the strange part. After you get your equal denominators, you don't touch the denominators. They do not change. You do not add them. You do not subtract them. You leave them alone. And we're going to see with this picture why we're going to leave them alone. So when we subtract straight across. And so we've got 5 minus 2. That's going to make 3. So if Daryl has these two, well, then that means Nani's got 1, 2, 3. That makes sense. But look what we do with our denominator. We keep it the same. We do not subtract 9 minus 9 makes 0. Because what we don't want is we don't want a fraction that's 3/0. That doesn't even work. So the denominator stays the same all the way across. We do not touch it by adding or subtracting it, simply because, take a look at our picture right here. So if Daryl is eating these two, then we have to be able to represent Nani's portion by a fraction. Fractions need a numerator and a denominator. It doesn't make sense to make her fraction have a 0. She's still eating 9ths. So that's the strange thing about adding and subtracting fractions, is that you add or subtract the top numbers, the numerators, if the denominators are equal, but then you don't touch the denominators. So we've got 3/9. That's going to be our answer here. You see 5/9 is a choice. That's just the combined amount. That's not going to work. 2/9 is the amount that Daryl ate. 4/9 is, look what 4/9 is. 4/9 is this white portion. So maybe you don't get how to add or subtract, and you're just trying to figure out how much is left. 4/9 is the white portion, which is a good answer, but it's not the one we need. B, 3/9.